we boarded a United Airlines flight. Next stop, San Francisco, and then on to Honolulu, Hawaii. All went well with our connections through San Francisco. We landed in Honolulu, and now all we had to do is pick up our baggage at the carousel, find our vehicle rental, and find our hotel. After checking out at the airport and dinner, we find ourselves at the Ewa Hotel in downtown Waikiki. Phyllis is preparing for tomorrow's adventure. We plan on going up to Kaina Point, which is the most remote part of the island of Oahu. Honolulu and Waikiki has changed so much in the past 45 years, we barely recognize it from the time that we were living here back in 1970. It's much too crowded here, and that is the reason why we seek out the remote part of the island. Once you get to the North Shore, the pavement ends. You got about a couple more miles on a rough dirt road before you get to the gate, and you have to continue there on foot for another mile. We're now getting close to the point. GPS says that we're partway there, but we decided to stop and take a walk along the shore. This piece of electronics washed ashore is probably part of some oceanographic research going on out in the Pacific that washed away. It's close to 90 degrees, so we thought we would stop and have a swim in the emerald green Pacific Ocean. We've reached the end of the dirt road and can't go any further from here. We are now on foot. The state of Hawaii installed this, what's called a rodent protection gate. It's supposed to prevent rats and other animals that prey on the many protected seabirds that use this point for nesting. It makes an eerie sound when the wind comes blowing off the Pacific. It sounds like this. Let's go on the other side where we're supposed to be. I had no idea what I would find when I put my camera into this hole. But when I got home to do a little editing, I noticed that there was this albatross that was sitting on its eggs. I was totally surprised. I never noticed it when I put my camera in that hole. The rodent fence extends about a mile around the very top of the island of Oahu. Well, about another mile to go before we reach the end of the point. And here we have an egg just lying out in the open. Okay, we made it to the point. We cannot go any further northwest on the island. And I see we have a tower to climb. Has great views up here. Right here is the very point of the northwest part of Oahu, Kaina Point. And here's the point where the first alert on World War II when the Japanese fighters came in. Phyllis has been leaving our initials all over the world, everywhere we go, and I guess Oahu is no different. Great view from up here. Now to get down safely. We have a lot of monk seals in this area, and of course you're not supposed to approach them or even bother them. Now that we have reached the point, we thought we'd hang around a little while and play in the surf before we start our trek back to the car. Okay, now we're on our way back. We are almost to the gate. Back in the vehicle on our way out. Used to be an old train track that ran through here, I guess. Maybe sugarcane, who knows? Maybe military. Now this is where everybody would normally park their rentals or their vehicles before they make the trek out to the point. Now heading down the Pali Range, we are doing about 70 miles an hour on our way back to the hotel. It's been a great day.